Yes. Namaste, man. Welcome back to the channel. So today I've been talking about abundance. See, I put out this little text newsletter called Thoughts on Abundance. And you have to text in to get it. Can't email in. We're experimenting. Playing around with some different marketing techniques, right? What am I doing? Playing with abundance, man. Getting out of the box. Doing things differently, as you should be doing. Trying to see things maybe that aren't there. See, you're not limited by the visible supply. Now, people may tell you that. Friends, family, churches, schools, and people around you may tell you that you are limited by where you were born. Don't believe that bullshit. So a guy writes me, he lives in a trailer park. And I said, good, so did I. Good. Now we know where the bottom is. Let's go up. He says, Gerald, but, you know, they don't offer overtime at my job. Good. That'll give you time to go find a better job, man. We're going to flip everything. We're going to turn everything to the positive, man. There are no negatives. There are nothing created. There are no walls. There are nothing that could keep and stop you from prospering once you decide to do that. I'm convinced of that. I've got a chapter in my free ebook. Hit my bio. It's completely free, man. You're probably going to learn more than you know now, which is only going to help you, right? It's only going to help you. The chapter's entitled, Help, I'm 40 and Broke. Now, the only way to get to 40 and broke is, one, you had a very, very bad circumstance happen to you, and that can happen. And the way to fix it is the same as the way you got to it. Or, two, you didn't do anything. You didn't take the necessary action. You didn't prepare the buckets in order for you to receive. You can't receive water if you don't have a cup to put it in. Right? So, I mean, you got to have a cup. So if I wanted to give you some coffee, you need a coffee cup, right? Makes sense? Right? And so we have to begin to prepare ourselves. So if you want to become prosperous, you need to put in place the systems and strategies and techniques and the tools that are going to allow you to prosper. So if you don't have those tools, don't be fucking surprised when you don't prosper. Yeah, duh. It's self-fucking evident, right? It's self-evident that prosperity first starts with how you think and putting in place the things that will allow you to prosper. Let me see. Will a lot of debt allow you to prosper? No. On first glance, no. But what if it's business debt that produces cash flow? Well, that's different. That's not personal debt, right? And so debt in and of itself isn't necessarily bad. It's how do we use debt? Are we consumers or are we using it for business? Well, to use it for business first starts as an idea. You have to begin to push this video is me pushing my intent. Who am I to write a book and then say, hey, you should have it? Who am I to write a book on trading and say, hey, it's $77, give it to me? What right do I have to push my intent to interrupt your life, to post on Instagram, Twitter, fucking Podbean, to put out podcasts? Who am I that I have a right to go and do that? To stand before fucking giants, kings and queens and say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what right do I have to try to be a voice in someone's head? Who gave me that authority? Nobody, man. I chose that. I woke up one day and decided, yeah, bam, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I see a lot of weak influencers. Well, during COVID, what do we see? A lot of people with fear, doom, and gloom, right? Putting it out. What I say, spend that shit. It takes fucking courage. You better get some courage. Isn't that what I said? I would scream it from the rooftops, man. Be sweating, looking all stupid. And you know what? I saved hundreds, if not thousands of people from the fear of selling their assets only to watch them double and triple. Every person's fucking failure, every person's fall, every person's moment of fear and scare is your opportunity. There has been nothing created that can stop you. You have the same spirit in you as Steve Jobs and Einstein. You just fucking choose not to tap into it. You decide to listen to these voices outside of your head. People from down the street, your mom, your dad, the co-workers, people at work who say, man, we can't do that. You can't get a loan like that. How are you going to fix your credit? Like all these things. And you think you need to find something outside of yourself when you've been given everything you need. This universe is naturally prosperous. You go plant a tomato seed, watch what happens. You get 10,000 fucking seeds. Go plant a tree, you get a lot of seeds back. Go plant some money, guess what? They give you some dividends. They send you some rent checks. That shit appreciates. The universe is structured to reward the courageous, the mighty, the people who take action. And so if you don't have any money, you have to fucking set yourself up to receive money. Let me say it again. If you don't have any money, you are not setting yourself up to receive money, and that's up to you. Doesn't matter if you're 6 or fucking 90. You decide. You say, well, I don't know, man. I don't like my job. Go get a better one. Go apply. Move. Take actions. Submit resume after fucking resume. Clean it up. Learn new things, right? You can begin to take actions today that put in effect a snowball effect that could ultimately lead to where you're trying to go, man. You might have to meet two people who land you here, then takes you to that job, so then ultimately takes you to the job you were looking for. And so you're not stuck in any situation with any one person, with any one mindset. And so anyone teaching fear, greed, doom, and gloom, and all that bullshit, those are people you need to run from, man. I don't care if they're family or loved ones. You need to avoid people who talk with negativity. This world is way too fucking hard for you to survive and prosper, especially to reign as a king or a queen in this planet with all the negativity. If you allow that shit into your mind, you have to control it. If you're on my Thoughts of Abundance newsletter that I text out, you're going to see that today. That's what I talk about. Is you have to control the content, the information that goes in your mind. And I'm not talking about, oh, don't waste your time on Netflix. Fuck it, watch Netflix. If it's a lesson, if it's a reward for work done, yeah, you need to take a break. People say that to me all the time. Hey, Gerald, you know, there's more to life than working. You go do that, man. I'm trying to do something that's so fucking exciting that I'm so excited about that I have shit to do. It literally compels me. This is the difference, man. It fucking pulls me. You don't have that. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you don't have something that makes you hit the ground and you just want to go and push it. A lot of people don't, man. And so they don't understand the feeling. All they feel pulling them is taking a break, man. I need to relax. Let's go to the lake. I'm not against that shit. And sometimes I do it. But if that's what's drawing you, that's what's pulling you, and you're constantly going to people like me and saying, man, you need to calm down, man. You need to take a break, man. How about you get lifted up? How about you get a fucking point or a purpose in life other than self-service, man? What if that happened? What if 10,000 people depended on you? What if you could change and influence or create or develop something that changed the lives of people? Maybe that would push you out of bed. Maybe you don't have enough to do. Maybe you don't have a cup and that's why you're comfortable. Maybe that's why you need to come to me and say, hey, Gerald, there's more to life, and somehow fucking lecture me as if you're going to give me something I didn't know about. People do it. Always suggesting that shit to me. They don't understand, man. I got a superpower they don't have. I don't need it. I don't need what they need, man. I don't need what they need, man. People do that to you, man. They'll tell you how to grieve. They'll say, well, I lost a cousin. I understand what you're going through. No, you don't. There's a big difference between losing a cousin and losing a child. Big fucking difference. Now, still a loved one. Still hurts. I lost buddies in the war. It hurts. But it ain't the same as losing a child. You know. It hurts you when your child gets hurt. It hurts you more than it hurts you, right? I'd rather myself be hurt than my kids be hurt. But it ain't, you can't sympathize. You can try, you can empathize. So be careful of people. See, people will push their influence and their ideas, and that's why we call them influencers, and they'll do it through YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and at work and employees and cousins and brothers and aunts and people, and all these fucking voices are in your head every day, and you let that shit in. You let that shit in. You go to Zero Hedge and read fucking negative news about the stock market. You sit around reading about coming debt crises. You fill your brain with that bullshit because that is where your heart is. Or it's not. Or you see opportunity. One man's foreclosure is my opportunity. Everything is flipped and spin. I have a right to rule. I have a right to be rich. I have a right to be abundant. And I live way outside of any of these fucking limitations that you live inside of or that they live inside of. We don't operate inside of that. We didn't get the spirit of fear, but of opportunity and growth and abundance. And the moment you hang on that, it's free, man. Do you understand my excitement to get up and go to work and do these things is free? You can't fucking buy it. You can barely get it. I meet very few human beings who are excited to work. I fucking love it. I mean, I'm excited. I get goosebumps, dude. I love renting a house. When they give me that deposit check, I cannot express to you my excitement. There's not a fucking day at the beach or the lake or hanging out or fucking drinking that can replace what just happened right that fucking magical moment. And it's because people haven't done it. And they're not excited, and they're not on a mission. They can't comprehend it. And so they're going to want to take you and make you like them. Yeah, man, you need to calm down. You need to relax. You need to take it easy, bro. You need to understand how to enjoy life. Really? You might want to get a life. That's what you tell them. That's what you tell them. Oh, but Gerald, I'm old. Really? Think that's what you were called here to do? You think God called you here on this earth to relax one more day, to take one more fucking day off, to ignore the mission in which you were born for one more fucking day? So you're going to take one more day off from the mission. You only get so many days, and he's given you a purpose, and he's given you a task, and you get to do something with it. Huh? Not excited about it? You don't hit that floor running? You're not happy? You're like, oh man, let me show you this. Let me, like, you can't stop talking about it like a kid, man. Man, that's the way I've been. Ever since I got turned on to these ideas and these concepts of trying to be financially free, I couldn't stop talking about it, man. First time I collected a rent check, anybody that would sit fucking still, I would tell them about real estate. I couldn't believe how fast it multiplied my money. I couldn't believe it. So if you took me to the beach, or like, guess what I would talk to you about as we were sitting there? Why? Because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it, man. But people don't have that, bro. Those people you see with the record contracts and the rappers, it's all they can think about. It becomes self-consuming, man. And so we as consumers, we sit out here, we ain't got that passion. We don't have that fire. We're not burning inside to accomplish a mission. And so we take shots at them as if something is wrong with them. Oh, look at that guy. He's greedy. No, he's not fucking greedy. He's trying to employ 100,000 people and change the way commerce is so that everyone can click a button and a package arrives at your house. That's not greedy. That's not greedy. But the rest of the world doesn't see it like that. They don't see that that one man's, quote, greed employed millions. They don't see that. Why? Because they operate inside the world of limit and lack, and we can only function with what we have. And so I have this and he has that, and it somehow must be unfair. Man, I'm telling you, you break out of that bullshit. You stop hanging around people that are fucking negative. You stop reading websites that are negative, and you get on that positivity train and know that every day was created for you to prosper. Every fucking day. No matter what comes at you, it's for you and for you to prosper. Thinking any other way has zero benefit. I've never seen anyone benefit from the coming collapse. None. Not a fucking person. Ever. There's not one person on the Forbes list for that. Nobody. There's nobody on there because they own so much gold. There's nobody on there because they went and buried some fucking guns to prepare for some shit that has never happened but might. That's not on there. Nobody's there. It's from opportunists, entrepreneurs, people pursuing their dreams and their destinies and doing what they were born to do with excitement. Damn, you got to drag him away from it. He's so excited. Man, I hope that you get that one day. God, I do. I hope you get it about something other than doing nothing. I hope you get it. And I hope that what it is blesses me and the rest of the world. How awesome would that be? How awesome would that be?